The story of Kennedy and Trump has changed the course of history forever. August 23rd, 2024 will forever be known as the day we turned the corner and took back our great nation and changed the course of history and brought hope to a free world. Join me as we relive the strange relationship between Kennedy and Trump, leading to their return to the White House to make America healthy and great again. I spent 2 years following the Kennedy and Trump campaigns. Long before the two men ever considered running for president, Kennedy sued Trump and stopped him from building a golf course near the Hudson River. After Trump won the presidency in 2016, he recruited Kennedy to look into vaccine safety issues. Kennedy was forced out the door after clashing with a man by the name of Anthony Fauci. But the assassination attempt on President Trump's life brought Kennedy and Trump closer than ever. From rivals to collaborators, from foes to friends, this is the story of Kennedy and Trump. You can download the book for free right now by going to kennedyandtrump.com. That's kennedyandtrump.com. My name is Greg Fernandez Jr. God bless you all. And what an amazing story it really is. To follow Kennedy and Trump to the White House is a great story. And now we are in the middle of this part 2 of the story, the continuation of the story. The story doesn't end there. It will never end right there. And I guess in some ways the story will continue to be told until both men have gone on to see our Lord and Savior. But until that day, until that time, we do have a great opportunity to do some great things, to follow these two men and watch them do some amazing things that we have already seen. So I wanted to take this time to make sure that I don't gloss over that. I don't go just kind of skip over it. There are some amazing things that Kennedy and Trump are doing, and I really wanted to take a look at some of those things that they are doing right now, right in this instance. But before that, I do want to also play this little tiny clip here too. It's a really good one.
Let me share some of the biggest lessons I've learned from a lifetime spent building dreams. First, if you think that you're too young to do something great, let me tell you that you are wrong. You're not too young. In America, with drive and ambition, young people can do anything. Second of all, and very importantly, you have to love what you do. I rarely see somebody that's successful that doesn't love what he or she does. Third thing is to think big. You know, you're going to do something, you might as well think big, because it's just as hard to solve a small problem as a big problem, and it's just as much energy and everything else, except the result is going to be a smaller one. So love what you do, but think big. Fourth is work hard. Work hard. Fifth is don't lose your momentum. You just want to keep it going, and you have to know if you are losing it, you have to know when you're losing it, so maybe you stop and maybe it's time to stop. Number 6, if you want to change the world, you have to have the courage to be an outsider. In other words, you have to take certain risks and do things a little bit differently. Otherwise, if that weren't the case, everybody would be successful. Number 7 is to trust your instincts, common sense. You can go very far in life with common sense. 8th, everybody should believe in the American dream. It's real, it's there, and it's right before you. 9th, think of yourself as a winner. The power of positive thinking. In recent years, too many of our young people have really been taught to think of themselves as victims. But in America, we reject that idea that anyone is born a victim. Our heroes are the ones who take charge of their own destiny despite the odds. And next is to be an original. The old-time greats were people who had the confidence to be a little different. God only created one of you, so don't try to be someone else. Finally, and most importantly, never, ever give up. I've learned that perseverance is everything, so whatever happens, no matter where you are in life, stay optimistic and just keep pushing forward. Never let anyone tell you that something is impossible, ever, ever, ever. In America, the impossible is what we all do best.
Another amazing video, a strong, powerful message by one of the greatest presidents of all time, anywhere. With that, we are still waiting. President Trump will have a special announcement later on today. We'll see what that is. I heard it's about the housing crisis. So we'll see what that means, how we're going to get more people into houses, first-time homeowners. I think that is a great thing. Right now, I wanted to go and look at some of the great things, that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is doing right now. There are so many amazing things that we see Robert F. Kennedy Jr. doing right now. I think it's definitely hard to keep up with both of them, almost impossible if you're trying to keep up with Kennedy and Trump. Good luck with that. But there are some amazing things that we can look at here. This was posted to HHS.gov about 3 hours ago. The nationwide MAHA tour is in full swing. Yes, sir. Yes, it absolutely is. Senator Kennedy is advancing POTUS's, that is the President of the United States' commitment to end the chronic disease epidemic. And states across the country are doing their part to make America healthy again. Let's listen in.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is working with some states to implement key health policy changes. This is part of his Make America Healthy Again movement, an agenda that many Republicans think may be the key to maintaining control in the midterms. News Nation's Hannah Brandt has the key changes and some of the pushback as well.
HHS Secretary Robert Kennedy is spending a lot of time out on the road lately, highlighting the growing list of states passing reforms that fit under his Make America Healthy Again agenda. On Wednesday, he traveled to Texas to join an event with Governor Greg Abbott celebrating a recently passed state law. The measure requires warning labels on food products that contain 44 additives like artificial dyes or oils that are banned in other countries. It's part of what state leaders have labeled their Make Texas Healthy Again initiative.
Initiatives like this is the vision and the courage of this governor, of these legislatures, the persistence, the relentlessness of these legislatures to stand up to these industries and all the lobbyists who are flooding in and actually do something that is incredibly great for the people of Texas. You're not only making Texas healthy again, you're making America healthy again.
This adds to a number of new MAHA-style bills that have recently passed through state houses around the country. Secretary Kennedy has been traveling around to showcase those laws, which include bans on ultra-processed foods, restrictions to unhealthy SNAP purchases, and changes to remove fluoride from drinking water. He's made trips to more than a dozen states, including Arizona, New Mexico, and North Carolina. Those are battlegrounds that could be key to deciding control of Congress in the midterm elections. The Trump team did see Kennedy as a key partner during the 2024 campaign. He's a former Democrat who helped attract voters who identify independent or lean Democratic. And now we're seeing the health department building up its public messaging ahead of the 2026 midterms.
It's amazing. Everything Kennedy does seems to just be awesome. There's a few. I want to see what else he has been up to. Make sure.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
How's that? Okay, here's what Kennedy said about 57 minutes ago. President Trump delivered for rural America with the One Big Beautiful Bill. Its Rural Health Transformation Fund makes a bold investment in rural hospitals, the lifeblood of small towns, and restores strength to rural healthcare. I'm going to play this with Governor Abbott of Texas. This is what he said. Rural Texas provides food, fiber, and energy that supplies the nation, yet still suffers from the largest healthcare challenges. We are grateful to Secretary Kennedy and President Trump for ensuring that Texas can continue improving healthcare for rural Texas. Let's listen in.
Today I had an opportunity to spend a second day with Secretary Kennedy. Today we focused on rural healthcare. As all Texans know, rural Texas represents the largest part of our state, but the regions suffer from so many challenges in their healthcare systems. We're very grateful to Secretary Kennedy as well as the Trump administration for passing the One Big Beautiful Bill that has enormous funding. to help our rural regions, our rural healthcare improve so very much. And we talked about that today, as well as getting great strategies from local healthcare providers in rural settings to make sure that in the future, here in the coming years, we will be delivering far better healthcare for rural Texans.
President Trump understands the importance of rural America to the rest of our country. Here in Texas, it's rural counties that are providing the food, the fiber, the energy that supplies all of our country. And yet our rural hospitals, our rural communities are in crisis. And when a rural hospital closes, it does not just deprive local people of the access to healthcare. It is usually the biggest employer in the area. It is the center of culture. It has the highest paying jobs. And when it leaves, the stores close, the pharmacy closes, and the communities collapse. And this is why President Trump has put a premium on making sure that we can protect local rural hospitals. And the Big Beautiful Bill is designed to do just that. Right now, we spend 7% of Medicaid dollars on rural hospitals, so they're getting the short end of the stick. It's about $19 billion a year. Well, President Trump is now arranged so that we're going to put $50 billion over 5 years into those rural hospitals and facilities. It's $10 billion a year, so it's a 50% rise in the infusion of federal money that is going into those rural areas. We're going to be able to save these hospitals, revitalize the communities, and make sure that we maintain and honor our connection to rural communities all over this country.
There we go. Another way to make America healthy and great again. Two things that go hand in hand, obviously. And it's great to watch everything that President Trump and HHS Secretary Kennedy are doing. Now, this one I heard about last night, and this is an amazing one. This is what Secretary Kennedy posted about 19 hours ago. Thank you, President Trump, for your commitment to gold standard science. And you got to read this. We're going to read through this. This is a very important one. And maybe I should pull it over to Truth Social. It's a little blurry here. That's okay. It's what President Trump said probably yesterday, September 1st, 2025. It is very important that drug companies justify the success of their various COVID drugs. Many people think they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree. With CDC being ripped apart over this question, I want the answer, and I want it now. I have been shown information from Pfizer and others that is extraordinary, but they never seem to show those results to the public. Why not? They go off to the next hunt and let everyone rip themselves apart, including Bobby Kennedy Jr. and CDC, trying to figure out the success or failure of the drug company's COVID work. They show me great numbers and results, but they don't seem to be showing them to many others. I want them to show them now to CDC and the public and clear up this mess one way or the other. I love this. This is a very interesting statement by President Trump. Listen to this. I hope Operation Warp Speed was as brilliant as many say it was. If not, we all want to know about it and why. Thank you for your attention to this very important matter, President DJT, Donald J. Trump. I was a little floored. I had to go and make sure that that was actually accurate. Oh, did I not make that full screen? I should have made that full screen. But I had to go and make sure that that was actually President Trump who was saying this here, because it could have been a parody or something. But that's a very important statement for what he is saying. Not just saying, hey, we did great, Operation Warp Speed, but if it wasn't as brilliant as they say it was, the public deserves to know. So I'm very interested to see where this goes up, because one of the few criticisms I hear about, valid criticisms I hear about President Trump, is Operation Warp Speed. Now, Operation Warp Speed, from my knowledge, was not something that was forced upon the American public. It was given to those who needed, to the first responders who we felt needed it at that time. Whether right or wrong is what we need to figure out, is what we need to find out. Those discussions are happening. This is going to be something that could drive a wedge between Republicans, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Just want to know what the truth is, what really happened there. Okay, one last video that I wanted to look at some of the things from Truth Social. But this video here, there it is, about 2 minutes. I thought this was
My first job, my parents insisted that I get a job. I wanted to be a cheerleader in high school, and I couldn't afford the uniform. So my first job was packing peaches at Warm Adams Packing in Hanford, California, where I was working 12-hour days for the first time, and it was exciting. I raised the money that I needed to buy that uniform. I lost 15 pounds, and I knew all about peaches, and I still love them today.
No, when I look back on my first job, I think about all the things I thought was so important. But I got up every morning, I went to a local grocery store called Big Star, and I got to clean the floors, and I stayed there for 5 years. Actually, my first job turned into a 5-year experience all the way from high school to college.
My first job was not unique. It was delivering newspapers in downtown Honolulu.
Well, I started at my local community library. It was not the most exciting job, paying pretty much minimum wage. I was able to get a massive promotion over to retail as a cashier. And I remember the big day where I was given the promotion to dress shirt supervisor that came with a 50-cent per hour raise.
My first job was as a lifeguard at the indoor pool that my mom worked at.
My first job was working in the Washington Zoo. I was working in the reptile house, and I was feeding the reptiles, cleaning the cages, cleaning the glass with a squeegee, and cleaning the guardrails with brass polisher.
And my parents instilled in all of us a very strong work ethic from a young age.
I learned that the little things count, that whatever you do, you should apply all of your talents, all of your energy to trying to do it well.
You know, with the president's leadership, he's offering every American who wants to work the opportunity to work and really strive and earn the American dream.
All right, so that was the message for Labor Day. It was a great Labor Day, hopefully. And hey, we're going to have many, many more. We're going to have a lot more time to look into what Kennedy and Trump are doing, to criticize, to analyze, and hopefully to give them a little pat on the back too. And what I see is all good stuff. I see the government that I've always wanted, a government for the people, by the people. We've wanted that for a long time. Instead of this resist. Remember, what are you resisting? Are you resisting the American government, the idea of the American government, our Constitution, the greatest country on God's green earth? Or were we resisting because we wanted to take it back? And I would be of the latter, where we wanted to take it back. Well, we got it back. We got it back. January 20th, 2025, it was official. We got it back. Now, what we do with it is what is going to matter going forward. So, just wanted to share a couple videos there, and hope everybody has a great day. God bless you all. Remember, Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I, my friends. Until next time.